So, how do you stop being a snowflake and be successful with following Dan-pena and QLA? This is what I want to talk about today. As someone who went to the castle many years ago and since living this world and following QLA full time in terms of buying businesses, growing by acquisitions, in terms of my mindset and emotional bank account, this is my life right now, and I want to share with you everything that I learned over the years so you can follow as well. So today, I want to share with you, as someone who went to the castle many years ago, my name is Moan Pober. I've been in this space for many years. I've been in business for 10 years now. I've been involved in many different transactions and businesses. You can go and search me on LinkedIn if you want and see some of the deals that we're working on right now with WeekX, with Pober's Holdings, with things that we've done with ABD Asset. In WeekX, we're working with lots of tech companies, everything related to marketplace, SaaS, AI. Really, the most brutal and intensive space is tech, and this is what we're doing there. And you can go and watch their companies we're trying to sell in the portfolio, to raise capital, to buy, and you can check that. We are doing roll-ups in the UK, US, Australia. We're working on roll-ups, and if you want to learn more about that or how to create a fast roll-up, I call that reverse exits, where you bring in many companies very, very fast, but you're bringing them in order to sell them as soon as possible. So right now we're working on a few deals like that to bring companies and create a 10 million a year business very fast and sell it and then take a percentage from that. And also I'm helping other people do the same. So many people ask me, hey, how do I get into this space? I don't know anything about business, or I have a business and I don't want to just grow it organically by growing one client at a time. I want to grow it by acquisitions, by buying other businesses. So we definitely help with that, and then we potentially partner with those people. Obviously, my agenda is to do more deals with those people. So teach them first, do one deal. If they're happy, let's do more deals, right? I don't have any agenda to steal your deals like some people think. So this is in a nutshell what I'm about. But today I want to get into the details of being a snowflake. So how do you stop being a snowflake and actually get results? Actually pulling the trigger, as we say. Because if information was the answer, I mean, you'd already be successful because you have access to information, I mean, non-stop, right? Just go to Google and search something, you got information. Information is not the answer. So how do you take information and actually execute it and implement it and get results, right? This is what I want to cover today, and we're going to start and go through a few points that I have. And let's start with the first point. First point, life is a numbers game. So everything in life, if you want to be good at it, you just got to do it more times. If you want to be successful in terms of being good in the gym, you just got to do more reps, more sets, more reps, lift more weights, and over time also have some ideally accountability and support of someone who's giving you a second set of eyes to tell you what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong. And it's like Dan-Pena's teaching about the fact that you gotta kiss frogs, right? Everything in life is numbers game. You gotta kiss more frogs until you find the prince. Everything in life is like that. You want to be successful with business, do more business. You want to be successful in finding businesses to buy, do more work in finding businesses to buy. Have more conversations with business owners. Have more conversations with financial institutions. Life is numbers game. There's nothing to it. Literally, if you just take that simple idea of knowing that life is numbers games, and the more you do, the better you'll be. I'm telling you, you'll be 80% ahead of most people out there. Because people think that they need to learn more or watch more seminars or read more books. And it's not enough. You gotta take action. Obviously, taking action with the wrong strategy or with outdated strategy that used to work many years ago is not gonna help either. But you taking action, even with outdated strategy, is gonna give you more results than someone who's taking no action and don't understand that life is numbers game. It's about kissing frogs and going out there and looking for more frogs to kiss. It's not about reading books on how to kiss more frogs, right? So that's the first point. Second point is that you gotta act as if. You gotta, or let me put it more simple. It's not just act as if, it's you need to get to a state, to an emotional state, where being successful and achieving the results that you want isn't a big deal for you. If you ask the most successful people in the world, in anything in life, what they're thinking about that space of and doing what they're doing, for them it's not a big deal. It's just another day at work. It's just another day waking up, doing the same routine again and again, boring routine and again, not boring, but just repeatable routine, going to the gym again and again and again, eating the same meals again and again and again. It's no big deal. When you're talking to a successful bodybuilder out there, he won't be like, you know what, today, I'm gonna eat this crazy chicken and rice dinner, right? No, just another day in the office, going to the gym, eating the same meal. Same with being successful in business. You gotta act and feel as if success isn't a big deal for you, as if it's just like a byproduct of you doing the work for you. How do you do that? You gotta ask yourself, what person do you need to be so the success that you want, whatever goal do you have in brackets, would be easy for you, right? What person do you need to be so that kind of a success would be no big deal for you? When you have that attitude, that mindset, that literally energy for you, success will come to you faster than you think. I don't care how you get to that state, meditate on it, have affirmations, have daily reminders on your phone. I have many times literally hourly reminders with questions or quotes or affirmations about the state that I need to have to become that person that I want to be. So the success that I want, so my goals that I want, they're not a big deal for me. And that's the second point. You gotta get it to a point where success is just a byproduct of you being that person. The third point of not being a snowflake, in my opinion, to get to a point where you're not a snowflake, is be okay with uncomfortable things, right? So how do you do that? First of all, it's about understanding that failure is part of the process. So the first point was about, hey, numbers game, right? Kissing frog. This point is about understanding that failure is part of the process. You gotta go out there, you gotta fail. You gotta be willing to be uncomfortable doing things that you never did before. If you wanna be successful, you wanna become a person that you never been before, you gotta do things and take actions that you never did before. So obviously if those are new actions for you, they're gonna be and feel uncomfortable to you at first. But over time, they're gonna be like a second thing for you. It's like waking up early in the morning for you. If you never woke up earlier in the morning for you, the first times you're gonna do it, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be like, oh, you're gonna be tired, you're gonna feel really bad. But after a few times, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, just another day in the office, just another day. First times you might fail a lot of times of waking up early, but it's okay because that's part of the process of becoming successful at something. You gotta repeat it again and again and again. You gotta find a big enough reason for you to repeat those habits. But if you're okay with being uncomfortable, especially at first, you'll see it will become comfortable, but you need to get to a point where you're pushing yourself again and again and again to do the uncomfortable stuff. If you want to grow, you gotta continue to do uncomfortable stuff and you gotta find the joy in doing this. Because when you're doing uncomfortable stuff, it's literally pulling some layers of you becoming a better version of yourself. And that's how you should look at it. The next point I want to walk you through about stop being a snowflake is the idea and the fact that you gotta have a mentorship. You gotta get mentorship, you gotta get a mentor, you gotta get help, you gotta get support and accountability. If you don't have that, it will be really, really hard to be successful. I started the video this way of explaining to you that information alone isn't the answer. If information alone was the answer, everyone out there would be successful, happy, in a great shape. It's not the answer. You're reading books about becoming healthy every single day. You reading books about becoming happy every single day isn't going to be enough unless you're taking the action and you have a mentor who's already where you want to be or already even just one step ahead of you. Sometimes all you need is a mentor who is 1 or 2 chapters ahead of you in the book. That's all. And when you have someone like that who can give you his perspective on things, because he's going to give you an objective perspective. When you're taking decision with yourself, you're not objective. With this, it isn't good. It's not good because you're very emotionally attached to your decisions. That's why you need a second set of eyes of someone who's going to look at your situation and tell you, you know what you're doing is right, what you're doing is wrong, or what you're doing maybe is a little bit right, or maybe you need to take a little bit left or a little bit right. And when you have those little tweaks, in the long term, they can end up in a very different place. That's why you gotta have someone who is few chapters ahead of you to tell you what they're thinking about what you're doing. And when you have that, you can progress really, really fast. Now, you don't need to be afraid to pay them. In my opinion, right now at this point, I'm happy to pay a good mentor because first of all, it's gonna make me much more committed. And second of all, I know that I'm gonna take my time serious and I know that the other side is gonna take me more seriously versus me just going out there to people and asking for free help. When I'm paying someone at this stage, the more I'll pay, the more committed I'll be to the process. I need to pay a lot of money right now to be actually committed to learn from someone. Otherwise, I'll just take it for granted. Because free advice is sometimes the most expensive advice because you don't take it seriously enough. And I'm telling you, if free advice again was the answer, just go to Google. You probably have answers to everything. The problem is that the information there is all over the place and you don't have someone who's skilled, who is experienced, who can basically look at your things and tell you, you know what? No, take a little bit left, a little bit right. Use that strategy. This strategy is working right now better than some other strategies work, right? That's why it's so important that you have a mentor who is few steps ahead of you, who's doing right now things that you want to get yourself into. And that last idea is also bringing me to the next one, is which you always want to hang out with people who are more successful than you. And like I said, sometimes all you need is just someone who's few chapters ahead of you. You don't need to hang out with Bill Gates to be successful or more successful than you are. You need someone who's just a little bit ahead of you. And in this stage, in this life, I mean, right now, you don't even need to be and meet them in person. I mean, there are so many opportunities there to learn from someone online. You can have phone calls with people, you can have their mentorship online, you can have webinars with them. Sometimes you can watch videos like this. Sometimes that alone is gonna give you so much more than just you being with yourself or with your inner circle that you're familiar with, who got no results whatsoever. And the people you hang around with are the people you become. If you're gonna have a weekly call or a weekly email even with someone who's few chapters ahead of you in life, in whatever you want to get yourself into, you're gonna progress so much faster, because I'm telling you, that energy is gonna get back to you. So you gotta get to a point where you're learning from someone successful just a few steps ahead of you. Sometimes that's all you need. And if you want an extra bonus point, is give back, guys. Whatever you want in life, give back. Don't get to a point where you're like, you know what, I need to be successful first before I give back, before I donate, or give back in terms of anything, in terms of energy, in terms of your time, in terms of free advice. Don't get to this point. Get to a point where you know giving back is what will give you what you want. That's the biggest realization I got. And you can go and check a book by the name of Diamond Cutter. And it's going to open your eyes to someone who built a 200 million company by that attitude alone, by giving back, by having win-win situations, by knowing that if you want to be successful at something, go and help someone be successful at it first, or at least try to help them be successful at it, because karma will get back to you. The more you give back whatever you want to get, the more successful you'll be, and it will come back to you 10 or 100 times. I'm telling you, just give it a try. Give it a try for 1 month. Just give back whatever you want. You want to be more happy? Help someone else become more happy. You want to be more healthy? Help someone else become more healthy. You want to be more successful in business? Help someone else. Give advice. Sometimes it's just in making comments on videos like this or somewhere out there. And I'm telling you, you're going to feel that your success is going to come so much more faster if you're coming from that attitude of win-win. Everyone is winning. You don't need to win and someone else will lose. You don't need to lose so someone else will win. I think it's the opposite of that. The more you win, the more other people will win. And you'll see, just give it a try for a month and you'll never go back. Seriously. So those are my points for you today on how to stop being a snowflake and actually get results in terms of QLA, of following Dan-Pena. I think you can learn a lot from him on his pages. All of his information is out there. All of his castle recordings, they're out there for free. But I know many people, they don't understand a little bit the nuances and the details of what he's actually referring to. And I just want to give you another perspective of someone who's living this world and living this life for many years now. And just give you, I guess, another perspective of someone who's trying to I guess, give back and help you guys as well. And if you want to learn more about how to not just stop being a snowflake, but how to be successful with QLA, with going out there and growing by acquisitions. If you have an existing business and you want to grow it by acquisitions and by other companies, then see links below this video. We're going to put links to a free training where I can show you how my clients are buying 1, 2, 3 businesses in less than a year, how they're using other people's money to do that, and how they find professional managers to run the day-to-day for them so they can then step back or go out there and do more deals. So if you want to learn more about that, see more in the links below. And if you didn't yet, subscribe, like this video, comment. Let me know in the comment below what do you think, which point you liked the most. And if you have another point that you think could help other people, then start giving back right now. Tell me in the comments below what do you think. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you soon.